Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I wanted to share this story with you that recently happened that's absolutely horrific and disturbing, but also a warning to women and men, but especially women. You have to watch your surroundings and that you just never know what will happen. It's just crazy to me because this woman fled the Ukraine. She left the Ukraine because of war and violence. She thought she was coming here for a better life and that she would be more safer here in America, only to lose her life just the other day. She was on the bus and a man, well, he stabbed her. He stabbed her. I actually saw some of the video. They didn't play the whole thing. She's just minding her business, sitting down, and this man, he was behind her out of the blue, no motive, nobody knows why. And he took her life. She was only around 23 years old, 23. And there have been people saying, because of who did this to her, that it doesn't fit a narrative and that what happened to her is not being talked about in the mainstream news media. Okay. And the man who did this to her is a black man. And you don't see these stories often pushed. I don't know. Sometimes I think some of these stories don't get told because maybe people in power think it might ignite a race war and they don't want to get people riled up. And I think it's crazy because all stories should be shown and people should be mature enough to know that not all black or white people and other groups of people are going to harm you. Okay. And she deserves to get coverage because this is absolutely disgusting and tragic what happened to her. So let's get a little bit more into this story. Okay. And it just shows you again. I mean, you're on a bus. You think you're safe. I don't know who's behind. You don't know what someone behind you is plotting or planning to do. Okay. You're just trying to get home. So, okay, give me a quick little second. Let's see. Let me see real quick. All right. This is another picture of her. I mean, beautiful young woman. Okay. She probably was just so happy to be in America again, starting her life over, having more rights and more protection, or so she thought, living here in America. So let's see this. Okay. It says Ukrainian woman who fled war was stabbed to death in Charlotte, North Carolina at a light rail station. Now, from what I saw on the internet, it looked like she was on a bus, but she could have been, again, at the train or whatever. But this happened in a public place. Okay, so this is the man who took her life. His name is DeCarlos Brown. DeCarlos Brown. This is him, and he actually has a history of being arrested before. I believe he was homeless as well. Okay, so let's see a little bit more of this story. They're saying, say her name. Her name is Iryna Zarutska. I hope I said her last name right. She was brutally murdered on a train. Okay, it was a train last week by a career felon. But she got almost zero media coverage because it didn't fit the narrative. Justice for Iryna. She was just 23 years old. 23. Okay, so this is him, and these are different mugshots of him. Okay, DeCarlos Brown, he has at least 6 prior arrests before he took her life, and they're like, why isn't he in prison? And this shows you again, I'm a big supporter of the D penalty. I support the D penalty, and violent criminals who keep repeating over and over, doing horrible things to people, they let them out all the time. Okay, I knew someone who was not a good man, and he had a history, and every time the police was called on him, they would keep letting him out all the time, over and over. It's absolutely ridiculous. So these are 6 different mugshots of him, different times. I'm not sure right now all of what he did, but he's been arrested several times, and they didn't see him as a danger to society. They didn't see him as a danger, kept letting him out. It says that she fled the Ukraine and immigrated to the U.S. seeking a safer life. She was stabbed by him in Charlotte, totally unprovoked. Her family has set up a GoFundMe for her. Okay, and I'll share her GoFundMe as the first comment. Okay, when this video is over, when you see it. Okay, it says that she came to the U.S. again to escape war in her native country, and she was stabbed. And it says that again they've been able to raise about $12,000 for her GoFundMe. It says that okay, her aunt Valeria, she has drawn local support from the community. Okay, so they're saying that this will mean so much if you can donate and help her. Okay, he's 34 years old. He was arrested shortly after the incident and hospitalized before being charged with first-degree murder. You know, if you look at the pictures in those mug shots, he was smiling or looking like he was kind of off or high a little bit in the photos. And okay, they did not know each other. The court records obtained by the New York Post show that he has a history of arrests dating back as far back as 2011, including charges of felony larceny, robbery with a dangerous weapon, and communicating threats. Most charges were dropped. So this has renewed calls for action for public safety in Charlotte, North Carolina. Members of the Charlotte, North Carolina City Council expressed concern Monday about the violence on the transit systems, the trains. And this is very true. I mean, you see this in New York, Atlanta. And okay, so he has a history again, robbery, grand larceny, and threatening people. And they said he was hospitalized. So, you know, you probably will hear, oh, maybe he suffers from mental health issues. I'm not sure what his diagnosis is. He's on the street. He was able to afford to get on a train and just out the blue for no reason stabs this woman. Okay. So this is horrible. And it shows you again, it shows you the failure of the justice system. The justice system, I've been saying this, you know, rapists and murderers and everything, they keep letting them out. Men who beat up women, letting them out. I've heard of jails getting overcrowded. People don't want to deal with it, letting them out or thinking, oh, okay, he's not really that big of a threat. And then you see things like this happen. And then we heard about the Medicaid and Medicare cuts and things, and people saying, oh, well, there will be people out on the street who maybe talk like him out the blue, threatening people who don't have their medicine, who are more prone to being violent and everything. And then you have people who are into the church saying, oh my God, the demons are jumping in and out of people. That's why you're seeing this happening. The demons are in the people. And that, you know, you have people who say that. And this also shows you again, you never know what can happen. You think you're safe and out the blue something happens to you and you lose your life for no apparent reason at all. And it also makes you think more. I definitely have to check my surroundings a lot more. It doesn't matter if people think you look paranoid. She was just sitting down, literally just sitting down. I think she was on her phone or listening to something. And he literally just did this out the blue. For no reason at all. No reason at all. Maybe he was angry with the world because he was homeless. Maybe he felt, you know, I hear a lot being upset with white people because of some of the stories you hear going on with racism. Then you have maybe he's just mentally ill or just an evil, sick person. Now, I don't know. From what I saw, he doesn't have a history of murdering anybody, but he has done that now. And I'm wondering if they're going to lock him up and keep him there. Or will they just give him a few years and let him out? I think that he should get the D penalty for what he's done to her. You know, I don't support rapists and cold-blooded murderers at all. At all. It's disgusting to me. This girl, this young woman was only 23 years old, didn't get to have children, didn't get to get married if she wanted that. Not everybody wants that. Living her life, you know, starting her life, starting fresh and brand new in a new country that is not as war-torn or what's going on in the Ukraine. And then something like this happens. And it's absolutely just ridiculous. And we are not safe. You're not safe anywhere. It can happen anywhere. But, you know, I'm pretty sure she more than likely, like most people, did not imagine something like this would happen, especially after literally fleeing her country to be safe. So her life matters. She mattered. And I want you to check out her GoFundMe if you would like to donate. And I will post that as the first comment. So, I usually say rest in peace, Iryna. But I often feel like, victims can't fully rest until justice is served, in my opinion. And justice needs to be served. He needs to be dealt with, okay, under the law. So that is it for this video. I just wanted to share this with you. Also, if you, oh, sorry, y'all, let me put this up. I did not know my webcam was still okay. So this is the company that I wanted to share with you really quick. All right, if you need some good hair products, check out www.curlybell.com. You see right up here, they have curl defining products for your curls and coils. They have shampoo, they have conditioner. Here's a review. It says this is the best product, hands down. My hair has never held in this much moisture. Okay, so you need your moisture for your hair, and no frizz at all. And I let my hair air dry overnight. So check out their website, her website, and you will see pictures, okay, of the women with this amazing product. www.curlybell.com. So that is it. Thank you so much for stopping by. I cannot wait to read your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. And justice for Iryna. You all take care. Thank you so much.